So I was thinking about something earlier. On Facebook earlier, I posted something that a friend of mine had posted about there not actually being a thing called alt left. That's just something the alt right made up so that they could, justify being a bunch of Nazis. And a friend of mine commented, a different friend commented, the alt left is like communists. And, aren't they the same thing as fascists? And I'm like, not really. I mean, maybe it's because it's easier to put a finger on the alt-right because you can label them Nazis, and Nazis have a clear history, and you know what they're about, you know what they stand for. Okay, so I agree that communism it doesn't work in a way that everyone will be happy. On paper it does, but in real life, no. Anytime you hear about communism, there's a dictator involved. So, okay, communism is bad, but a little socialism isn't that bad. I'm not talking communism because, as I just stated, communism is bad. Socialism to an extent. I'm not talking full-on socialism. But, maybe things like, I don't know, tax the shit out of the rich. People don't understand how that works, but it's like this, all right? If someone's got $3 billion and you make them maybe give up $1 billion in taxes, I know that sounds like a lot of fucking money, but guess what? They still got $2 billion. They're not really hurt. You take a third of my money, I'm on the streets. People like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they're doing good things. They've made so much money in their lives that, they spend the rest of their lives now. Like Bill Gates made so much money that he retired so that he could spend the rest of his life giving away his money. And that's cool. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is it's good stuff. Warren Buffett gives away a lot of money for good things. And that's awesome. Taxing the super rich so that we can have things like universal health care or free college, and taxing the rest of us a little bit, not much. I'd be okay with paying a little extra taxes for things like free college and universal health care, and maybe something for, like, say, people that get out of prison that they don't know any other way than to be criminals. So maybe get them some state-funded counseling, some sort of rehabilitation after prison to, set them on the right track instead of just, like, okay, you're out of prison, here's, $50, go figure it out. They're going to rob somebody. But if you give them a better way, teach them a better way, maybe, you don't get robbed by one of these people. Maybe you don't get shot by one of these people. I'd be willing to spend a little extra money for a safer world, a safer country anyways. People are fucking greedy. And they want to hoard all their damn money. I mean, I don't make a whole lot of money. I mean, this is probably the best money I've ever made doing my current job. But I'm in no way, like, well off. I'm still month to month. I still, I had to pay my rent a little late this month. I owe people money. I'm not, like, rich. At some point, you gotta stop. If you have the money, stop being a greedy little bitch. Give a little bit up so that we can have good things for the rest of us. And no, I'm not saying, have people on welfare that are, those people that just live to be on welfare and mooch off the government. Yeah, those people are not cool. I'm talking, like, I don't know, maybe you shell out a little extra money for, like, mentally ill people who can't take care of themselves. Like, they're unable. Or it's not that they won't, it's that they can't. You know what I mean? So shell a little money for those people. There's got to be something to do. There's got to be a way to make things better. I live in a state that for I don't know how many years didn't have a budget. And now we sort of have one. I'm not super crazy about our current governor. Those people that, are, maybe watch this that are in ANF, which is Adult Nerd Fighters. If you don't know what that is, look up Vlog Brothers. It's John and Hank Green. Look them up. I promise you won't be disappointed. John Green knows a guy, or has known a guy for a long time, a guy named Daniel Biss, who was a math professor at the University of Chicago, and ended up, he's now in the Illinois Senate. He's running for governor. He's a good dude, and he's got my vote. He's not big money, he's looking out for the little people. I think that's my point. As far as the future for this series of videos, I'm not stopping. I just took a little break because I didn't really have anything to say. Here in the next month, I'm playing a fantasy football this year, and I intend to win. So, because I always finish middle of the pack to bottom, 500. And I've been doing my homework. We got a draft coming up. I'm going to do good this year. I think I'm going to do a weekly video about that, addressing the people in that. But even if you're not involved in that with me, feel free to watch. It'll be humorous because I'm going to talk a lot of shit. But, all right, so I think that's it for now. I'm working. I'm about to go to lunch soon. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I work overnights. But anyways, that's it. So, we'll see you next time, whenever that is.